All right, the whole Hasan Piker thing, shock collar gate. By the way, stop adding gate to things. It sounds stupid. The Watergate was a hotel. Gate isn't a suffix that you add to something when it's a big, like, mysterious controversy or something like that happens. Anyways, that quibble aside. The evidence and everything that has come out, the denials, the standing for this guy is just mind-boggling. Look, I made the video about him last week, and I said, take the whole shock collar thing out of the equation. How do you still support a man that is getting upset in front of thousands of people on a public internet forum, that is getting upset that his dog simply got up from its spot and put 2 feet off of its bed? Forget the shock collar. Like, I'm repeating that. Forget the whole shock collar thing. Forget the fact that he has zero reaction to his dog yelping. Zero empathetic emotion. I just ran into a tree branch. Forget all that. How are you okay with how Hasan Piker handled that situation? Now, since I've made that video, we've seen the whole reveal of the supposed collar the very next day, which again last week I said, why wouldn't you just show whatever collar your dog had or didn't have immediately? Because that night people kept coming in to his chat saying, did you just shock your dog? Did you seriously just shock your dog? Show the collar, Hasan. No, he waited till the next night. And turns out if you up the imagery on the video, you see that he taped up areas where the electric probes or contact probes were removed, taped over, looks completely suspect. He holds the collar in such a way that it's not clear to see what he exactly has. People have simply said, okay, give the make and model number of the collar. No such luck so far. That could quell everything. But again, if you are seriously okay with how he is handling this situation, how on a daily basis now he has to stick to his ground, trying to defend himself, claim that there's an Israeli-Palestine conflict motive in the background. How do you do it? I was disappointed that I saw, even though it was small numbers, fans of mine that were defending this guy, saying things like, do you seriously think he would shock his dog with a shock collar in front of his audience? Do I think he wanted to? Absolutely not. Do I think he fucked up and accidentally did? Yes. Yes, I do. And if you disagree with that even being a possibility, get the fuck off of this channel. I'll be fine without you. I'm fine making videos with just 1,000 people sitting around to watch me after almost 20 years on this website. Get the fuck out of here. So anyways, that aside, sound off in the comments if you still side with Hasan in this. And I'll thank you for being a fan, and you could be on your way. But the whole orbiters thing, sticking up to defend him, like, why don't you just be quiet about this? It is so far the majority opinion that he is saying lie after lie after lie. And now he's trying to turn the metrics here and say things like, well, you know, the shock collars aren't even that bad of a thing to do. They use them for service dogs and police dogs and stuff like that. What does it matter if you don't use one? Why are you even bringing that up in defense? Who cares? You don't use it on your dog. You didn't use you didn't use any sort of collar that night. People said you were reaching for a bunny. He's like, no, I was reaching for something else. So what's the difference? You didn't even use the collar that was supposedly on the dog that was a vibration collar. So what's the point of even trying to defend the use of collars, period, if you didn't reach off camera and hit the triggering button for that collar to begin with? The point being is, this guy is speaking so beyond guilty. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding yourself. If you were in a jury in a court of law and you saw all this evidence and you'd be like, nah, that guy did nothing to mistreat his dog. Everything he was doing was proper and kosher. Oh, kosher, that's the wrong word to use with him, I guess. But anyway, I see just the lie upon lie upon lie upon lie with this guy. And I'm like, why doesn't he just shut up? It's because he can't stand the fact that everyone and his detractors, in the majority opinion, think he's wrong. Yeah, that's not saying that people have obviously had opinions against him that thought he was wrong for this or that stance on the issue. But it's to the point now that it's so overwhelming, and he can't stand that the only place he's welcome is Reddit and Twitch, the two forums that are curated on his behalf, where he's allowed to operate with impunity, places where he never gets punished except gets suspended for a day that he already has off, Sundays, when he got that suspension one time on Twitch. It's just mind-boggling how defensive he is about this. And I get it. He's just a guy who, he can't be wrong. He can't be seen as wrong by the majority. He's never been wrong. When has he ever admitted that? I can't believe my take on that. I was wrong about that, I'm sorry. We're all humans, we make mistakes. Like, do words like that ever come out of his mouth? Again, I don't watch every freaking I don't watch every fucking moment of his life. But man, this guy is just trying so hard to fight the L's, and everything he does just digs him deeper. Like, granted, the Schadenfreude in me is loving this shit, because he's helping create content out the ass on the internet, and I'm all for it. When I kill time on the internet, I want to see dopes like this sticking their foot in their mouth and a foot in their ass at the same time. Thanks, Hasan. But anyway, again, I may just be some sappy dog lover. I always use the line, I've been a vegetarian since 2000 because I have that much compassion for animals that I can't consume animal flesh. But I just look at this from a human level, from a right and wrong level, from a guilty or innocent level, and blind loyalty aside, how could you possibly side with this guy? How could you be okay with him treating his dog like a prop? And this is from the guy that made regular videos with his dog doing Super Bowl predictions and being in other videos. But man, I'd be damned if someone said, yo, the way you were treating your dog in that video was kind of cruel. Do you really think you should have done that with him? Like, not one time have I heard that. But anyway, Hasan, keep defending yourself. Keep not owning up. And it's crazy because you hear the common defense of his stands being like, oh, he already rebutted the whole collar thing. He showed it on camera. He explained it. Yeah, the day after. Because that's what an innocent man would do. He'd wait till complete 24 hours later, show the evidence, forget showing it right on camera right then and there. Show it 24 hours later, that's smart. Anyway, like I said, if you still agree with him on the abundance of evidence, and you're okay with him training his dog to be nothing more than a prop that sits in the corner for his stupid little internet live shows, then be gone. Again, you call me a sensitive Sally, over animal lover, whatever. But man, that ain't what dog ownership is supposed to be. And again, like I said in my video, I'm not some big arbiter of dog justice, animal justice, ownership. But I can't just sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm okay. If you're okay with him treating his dog like a prop, that he's trained to meticulously stay in the corner, and that he gets clearly angry, flustered if the dog moves from his spot, I can't sit there and say, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. You do you, I'll do me. I'm cool with that. More people should treat their dogs like that. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, please sound off in the comments. Let me know if you seriously still agree with this guy and you're okay with that, and you're okay with this is how a dog should be treated in someone's house. But again, he's on a forum that will forever coddle him. Dan Clancy glazes Hasan to no end. Always has, always will. That's the CEO of Twitch. And Reddit's got his back too. So, anyway, enough of me talking. I'm gonna get back to my run now. What say you guys?